Okay, we stopped with me rambling on about the page object here, back and forth. So what are we doing next? This is the page mech. The regression, that's to be eventually this stuff should be all blind and in the background on some CI thing, and it just checks it. That's actually why I like to do the visual checking in the automatic checking. And then the last thing that I've never successfully done, but I've attempted this multiple times, and actually I've even got a grant out to do it, and I might get some federal money to help do it. But it's basically creating automatic generated content to learn and teach from, and it's kind of what we're doing now. And anyway, that's the idea is there's a document like that, that's why I put it into the same format of documentation that you guys are using for read the docs and blah blah blah, and hopefully that kind of creates, well, it's Udemy and all that stuff. It's all the same stuff, but it's structured. If you're doing it while you're in development and kind of force yourself in a little bit of that structure, it helps me remember what the heck I was doing. So, but I'm okay. So let's run the test one more time here, and run test, so we can kind of watch what's going on quickly. Okay, so that's the local ones, and so this is that was the quick feature test, and I should probably, and what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to slip into more of a the code part of this. And what I was trying to do is I was also trying to make sure that, because it's nice to have the static code available to what was going on as I change it, so that that's the learning part of it, that you figure out what was happening and why. And that's actually, I've got a bug now. Well, it isn't a bug, it's basically a tool problem with trying to figure out how to grab a hold of the things that are coming up on the screen without it being anyway, I'll try to pull up that document that I'm trying to follow. Okay, which one? Upload. No, that's my YouTube stuff. So what I was trying to do is, if we go back to this issue, we should have that issue up now. So we're trying to, complain about something. What I'm going to try to complain about is that in the first video we were talking about the well, here I think I can do it in the local, which is Safari. If we go to the actual, this is the actual feature test that should be, oh sorry, the page object test. There's the page object login test, which is what I was working on. And in it, if you look at what's happening, well, basically this is the page object, and it creates the structures that should be on the page. So that's password submit, and this is actually where I'm having issues, because I'm basically, there's, when it all comes, it's getting down to a minute again. So when it comes down to it, I can't get a hold of specific page objects because they're too similar. And I think, and so the next video, I'm going to dig into this, because the bitch is that we just, these two screens, that the failures are only checking the screen, so that isn't enough. I want to check that it's test at Horseoff that's logging in. So I'm going to quit this, and that's where I'll pick up.